Okay, welcome back again to my channel. Today we are just going to take a look at a track I'm working on and how I am using the Moog Subsequent 37 in this track. And just to give you a quick preview, the track is there. Okay, so it's kind of a PsyTrance inspired track, and it came to me in a dream when I was wandering around here in Norway, watching the skies, looking for some northern light. No, I just made the track and I think it sounded good. And let's just jump into the computer, take a look at how I made it, and at the end of the video you can take a listen to the track. So here we are. I know you guys want to jump right into it. So in the front of you here we have the Subsequent 37 CV editor. I use it a little bit, but mostly for storing my patches I have made here, and in some cases automation, but I usually like to record my automation while doing it in real time on the synthesizer. I think it gives it a more human feel if you do it that way. I'm using the Moog synthesizer in this track in combination of other instruments as well, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that after this part. But in this track I'm using 3 different Moog tracks, and in the beginning here it's a sound that fades in like this, and I'm doing that using the EQ. And let's just start here. So it's kind of a fade in, and I'm using a EQ to fade that in. So in combination of everything, it sounds something like this. So if I turn off all of the effects, this is except maybe I can turn off the reverb and delay. It sounds like this directly from the Moog. So this is the raw sound. Adding the effects gives it a little more space, like this. So as you can see, I have named the track Moog Mid Bass, so it's responsible for the mid bass type of sound. And I think that's pretty good. Then in addition to that I have kind of drone sound, and we can play that as well here. Again, there are some effects added to this. It's reverb and delay, and you can listen to it without reverb and delay. Then it sounds like this. Turn on the bass and we can turn on the drone, and it will sound like this played together. So yeah, I think the synthesizer is very versatile. Maybe one of the reasons that I haven't really got out and bought something new. It still inspires me and I can get stuff done with it. But I have one more track that generates audio, and it comes originally from the Moog, but it's heavily processed, so you don't really recognize it. I just copied the drone audio onto this track, and I'm using a bunch of plugins from Polyverse like I Wish and Gatekeeper. And if you didn't know, Polyverse collaborates with Infected Mushroom for creating plugins, and Infected Mushroom is pretty big in the PsyTrance family. The processed audio sounds like this. And to get this kind of rhythmic sound, it's basically I Wish and Gatekeeper. These are very cool plugins. Actually, see, I have some clipping here and I have to do something about that. And if I turn off all of those effects, it sounds like this. So that's more recognizable as a Moog instrument, but then again, if I turn on everything, it's more rhythmic. Let's try to get the volume back here, and let's turn on this track, this Moog track, and the drone track, and the mid bass. So all three tracks that started from a Moog now sounds like this, combined with the effects and mixing and everything. I think you get the idea, and now we can begin to start adding the other tracks. Let's see how it sounds like with a kick. Let's add another synth bass using Spire. And let's add the sub drone using Serum. And let's add some more PsyTrance-ish rhythm here. And just add everything. So yeah, I still think the Moog synthesizer adds something to my tracks, and I really like working with it. I still have much to learn, and I think we are going to be friends with this synth for many years to come. I have a playthrough of the complete track at the end of this video. There's a link in the video description below there, so you can click on that to go directly to the start of the track and listen to it. But now we are going to get back to my face. Okay, so that was a quick view of how I use the Moog Subsequent in my tracks. As I said in the video, I try to combine hardware with software and try to make it sound as good as possible, and I still haven't explored or discovered everything about the Moog yet. Using effects like reverb or delay lets you be really creative with the sound from the Moog synthesizer. But if you just need that raw, untouched Moog sound, that's perfectly fine as well. I've been thinking of getting other synthesizers. I've been looking at the Innovation Summit and maybe the Pro 3 from Sequential. But then again, when I buy hardware, I want to use it to its fullest potential. And even if I get gas acquisition syndrome, I try to work against that. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. So after this, I'm going to put a playthrough of the track in Ableton Live, so you can take a look at it and listen to it if you want. But before we do that, if you like the content I make, subscribing to the channel or liking the video, it really helps. It signals to Google that you like it, and it will put my videos in front of more people. So that's highly appreciated. If you like the music I make, you can check it out on Spotify, follow me there. I also have a Patreon page, and in some of the tiers you get access to a folder with all of my music, so you can just download everything in high quality MP3 or even WAV files as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Now on to the track.